very cool just to watch them just interact. They were both very passionate about their faith in God, and it was very cool just to stand there and I'd be listening to their conversations and just watch how you guys would just feed off each other's energy, talking about God. You'd have the same excitement, the same like light in your eyes, and you'd be like, wait, and do you know this verse? And do you know this one? And it's just like, just standing there like, wow, I don't even know how to jump in at this point. And it was just watching those interactions. I remember pulling Tacey aside one time, just kind of being like, hey, would you ever consider dating Xavier? And she's like, yeah, no, he's like a brother to me. And I was like, okay. So I was like, all right, I'll never ask again. You know, that's how strongly you feel about it. And but then over the years, just watching, as your guys' friendship grew, Xavier was always over at our house, and you guys were so social, and you were always planning gatherings, always wanted to have worship nights at our house, and it was cool to watch just how passionate Xavier was about evangelism. And he would come to Tacey and ask her for help in painting signs, and it was just like, wow, that is so cool. And Xavier became our family friend, and I remember sometimes he'd just be sitting on the couch, hear the front door open, and I'd think, okay, everyone's home. Who would come in our house without knocking? And then it was always Xavier. He'd come in, it's like, hello? It's like, oh, hey. Okay. And then I remember on the weekends, I'd walk downstairs, just woke up, and Xavier's in our kitchen. No one else is around, and he's making chili. And I'm like, what are you doing here? He's like, oh, I'm making chili for tomorrow night. And I was like, okay, it's like 8 a.m. So Xavier was always around, and it was just so fun. And I remember the day when I was kind of thought something seemed different about your guys' friendship. I was sitting at the table, eating my spicy ramen. You guys were making tacos, but you hadn't invited anyone else over. Normally you do. And then you guys were cutting up the vegetables, and you stood right next to me instead of across the counter. And that was off. It's like, okay, whatever. I won't ask. All right, Big Tacey said he's like a brother. I mean, it's been a few years now. As things change. And then I remember later that night, sitting in the car, and she's like, Tori, I like Xavier. And I was like, okay, I'm not gonna freak out because she's freaking out. And I was like, really? Okay. And she's like, oh my gosh, I hate this! What is this? And just like over the next few weeks, watching this whole new side come out of you. Suddenly you were like so much like happier, like you were happy before. But now you like wanted to hug us all the time. You were blaring love songs all the time. It was just like, wow, this girl, okay, she's in love. But it was so cool to see. It was just like, wow. Xavier, you brought out this side of my sister that I didn't know she had. And it was so cool just to see this whole new side. And I have some notes from Tabitha and Trinity that they wanted me to say to you. Tabitha says, I always look up to Tacey because she is such a good role model. I'll miss her when she leaves. I still remember the nights when me and Trinity would have sleepovers with her on Friday nights. She would read us books and do these hilarious 50-ish accents for the characters. I'll keep Tacey in my memories, even when she's with Xavier. I wish them a happy honeymoon. I love you, Tacey. Yeah. And then Trinity says, Tacey has always been someone I looked up to. Tacey's tough. She's always been tough, even when she messed up her leg. But the first time I saw her cry, it changed everything. I'm so glad she has Xavier now, someone who makes her smile. I'm happy she's going to spend the rest of her life with him. Tacey, I hope you two have an amazing life together. And by the way, Xavier, you've always been using our kitchen for years. Tacey, as I stand here today, I want you to know how incredibly proud I am of you. You've always been a role model for me as well, and you've shown what it means to be strong and passionate and faithful, and it is very cool to see you stepping into this new chapter of your life with someone who you love and who cherishes you just as much as the rest of us do. Tacey and Xavier, I pray that that your love will continue to grow and that you walk this journey hand in hand with God at the center of everything you do. I love you guys.